So I don't know if you know my journey into radio. It's been the longest job I have kept consistently. Yes, I started TV way earlier. In fact, there was a 5-year head start because I started TV when I was 14 years old. I was doing a teens show. And 5 years into it, I was obviously an adult now. I was no longer going to be a teenager. And I didn't want my brand to die out. I don't think I understood the word as brand, honestly. I probably just thought, I need another job. And so at the time, I spoke to a very wonderful man, the late DJ Banji. If you're a bit young in Uganda, you might not know him, but he was fantastic at what he did. Some old school, great DJ. So the late Banji used to work with me where, the TV station I used to work at, WBS, I guess I can say it. And he just had a knack to mentor. And he told me, so you're leaving Teens Club for real? I said, yeah. Next year, I'm done. And he said, well, when you're ready to leave, talk to me and we can see what you can do. So when I was ready, I spoke to him and I said, can I try radio? Because you do radio. And I think my voice is deep enough. And he says to me, yeah, sure. TV, it works this way, but radio works this way. Radio is 10 times harder. You must have a good voice, which you do, which is a great advantage to you, but there's a lot more to radio. So he said to me, there's a man called so-and-so, go to him, tell him you'd like to do a voice demo, and he should be able to help you. And I went there. That was Sanyu Radio, Sanyu FM here in Uganda. And I went to the program director as advised and actually recommended by DJ Banji. And this man looks at this 18-year-old. I had short hair at the time. I looked like a boy. I was skinny. And he says to me, what do you want? I explained what I wanted, and he said, Bambi, you go do your own voice demo, record it, and have it on a CD and bring it to me. I did. I did record a voice demo. I put it on a CD. On my way to take it to Sanyu FM, I don't know if I got bored, but I got discouraged because I thought, he's going to judge me again by just looking at me and thinking she's 18 years old, she can't do the job. So I chickened out, took my CD back home. So I never actually took him the audition. And I think about a year later, a man called Roger Mugisha, who's radio, TV, actor, producer, says to me, you know what? We do this thing called voiceovers. You voice ads, you voice documentaries, and your voice is fantastic. Nobody ever has to know you're 18. So come. I started to earn a bit of money, and from there I got some confidence. I'm trying to really cut the story here, I joined Hot 100. It was young radio, for young people, hip, cool. And I think 5 months in, I was poached to Capital Radio. So when I got here in 2006, I did one voice test and I was hired. I made a lot of mistakes when you're looking for the job, how you package yourself. I didn't come prepared to win. I came prepared to do a voice demo to probably get the job, but I didn't really come with a mindset to get the job. In my mind, I was like, they probably hear my voice. If they like it, They don't like it, And they could tell because they called me in the second time. And this time I noticed that I might have an advantage. Maybe my voice is not so bad. Maybe I articulate myself well. And I started to sit upright. I started to speak like a winner. I started to speak like I belong. The next mistake I made was I didn't take it seriously. Radio needs for you to read, to be creative, to love what you do. It's a passion. I mean, a lot of people say they just want to do it for the sake of doing it because their voices are good, but you've got to love it. And I took my listeners for granted. I took myself for granted. I took myself in this position for granted. Because I said, radio is hard to replace. By the time they fire a presenter, it's after a while. Who cares? Until I woke up and I started to take as much energy as I can into each voice break, into each conversation. I now enjoy it. It's now part of me. You can wake me up from my sleep and I can do radio because it's conversations, it's stories, it's people. And so that was my second mistake, that I did not take it seriously, which I think can apply to you as well. You might be in a job where by and large, you're good at it, but you don't put in so much. You do the basics, average. I'll still get my salary. I'm cool with it. And that's the next thing. Because I wasn't putting in a lot and I wasn't taking it seriously, the negotiations of what you're paid also showed You could see my efforts in my money. I was getting paid, I mean, as much as they thought I was putting in. Because every time I asked for a raise, you could tell they had more ammunition against me than I had against them. And so the more value I added on myself and into my work, the more I commanded in the market. So do that as well. Add value to yourself. For me, where I stand, my value is reading up enough, understanding the psychology of people who call you. People might have a bad day, might have a good day, might be depressed, might be unhappy. So you have to learn how to speak to them. That's me. What about you where you're working? Maybe you're at a low-level position and you think, I went to school, I have a degree, I should be in a better position. Earn it. Work to earn it. What's the person in that position have against you? I mean, what do they have that you don't have? Or you think, no, they only got up because maybe the boss likes them. Okay. Can you earn that position? Can you read up? Can you improve your time management? Can you improve how you respect people at work, how you work with people at work? Can you add value to yourself? And that will save you a lot. The consistency of me being on radio for all these years, to be honest, is that I one day woke up and I realized I love it and I give it my all. I still give it my all. Okay? So that's the not so short story of how I got into radio and how I keep into radio. So I don't know if you have a moment, 91.3 Capital FM, anywhere you can tune in and catch me from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So how did you get into the job you have today? Comment section. Bye-bye.